Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Miguel.
This is the Didn't Anyone Mention podcast.
Welcome to a bonus episode. Woo, woo, woo.
We're talking about cruising.
Yeah, this is going to be super informal.
Cruising the seas. We had crazy things happen to us that we ended up making a list
there was some weird stuff happened.
We wouldn't miss everything.
Yeah, it got a little crazy. First of all, I just want to say, so our last episode was Chupacabra. Mm-hmm. Then we decided to do a bonus episode, which is this episode. Mm-hmm. That week we went missing was supposed to be this episode. We tried to record it. We ended up getting way too drunk. We came back from a party.
A dirty 30 party, okay?
Yeah.
We just like to clarify that.
That was a good time.
It was so much fun. Too much fun.
So we tried to record it with a couple friends. And it went pretty bad. So I'll just play a couple recordings right now.
I eat chicken right out of the can.
Okay, can kicking.
Chan kicking, I love that shit. And a little more.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be in that much pain, it almost is a little tempting. Something like that.
And just a couple more snippets. I just got corn dogged by that kid.
Oh, I'm crying.
I just laughed so hard I drooled a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so hopefully you found happiness in those little snippets. So we're just going to redo it. But I really appreciate Alex and Susan for coming out, doing an episode, even though it's not going to go full time. Hopefully they don't find it offensive.
No, we don't mean any offense. It was a little
To put in perspective, before the episode started, I had to throw up.
And then in the middle of the episode, I threw up.
Yeah, so we're just going to rewind, do it over again.
So, it all starts off, we went on a cruise for 7 days. So we got on Friday and got off Friday. So, and we flew out of Boise, obviously.
Yes,
and then we ended up landing in Long Beach.
Yeah, so if your port's in Los Angeles and you don't want to go to LAX because that's a shithole, go to Long Beach. It's less of a shithole.
Yeah, and it's but it is only Southwest, and I think it had like one Delta flight or something like that. So I guess,
and it's the same distance. It's like half an hour away.
Yeah, it's still the same amount for Uber. If anything, it would be cheaper because people don't deal with LAX.
It's a much smaller airport, but from what our Uber driver said, just the traffic getting into LAX is god awful.
Yeah, and he was even saying like, I won't take people there.
Yeah, he said
I'll just reject.
He's like, I won't take people there. I won't pick people up from there. So you guys are smart for picking Long Beach.
Yeah, super fun. We start off 5-6 in the morning. You know, a classic plane flight.
Yeah. And
Miguel and I were getting our coffee. Miguel's gone.
Also, the night before, I'm lactose intolerant and decided to eat 4 slices of cheesecake. Well, I don't know what the fuck happened to me. I literally ate it.
I don't know why he would do that.
I don't know either. It just sounded like a good idea. And then while we were waiting for our airplane flight,
it came to attack. So
it did.
Well, Miguel left, obviously. I didn't have to go with him, don't worry.
Oh my gosh, we forgot to write this down. This happened at the airport.
Yeah. So what happened in there?
So I was in there fighting my demons, right? And so it's 3 in the morning. Every stall is taken. And a dude walks in and he starts shaking. Every handle is just going down. And he's like panicking. And I'm sitting there like, I'm on my phone, obviously. Who isn't these days? And he keeps going down the line. He goes, he's like fucking breathing so hard. He has a suitcase with him. Like, I'm sure he's about to shit himself. Like, pretty bad. He made a noise or something. I can't remember what it was exactly, but he was like, and he ended up standing at the end, right? So I was just like, I'm gonna take one for the team. And I got out super quick. And the look on his face, I'll never forget. He's a good dude.
But then he had to sit in your stink.
He did. Yeah, it was very warm. So he was bald, wore a blue, white and blue checkered shirt with blue jeans and a brown leather belt.
Dang, the classic.
Yeah.
Dang,
the classic. I got to shit myself outfit. You know.
Oh my goodness. Well, while Miguel's in there having this experience, I'm sitting in our seats, and next to me is like, I don't know. I think they have their own kids like that are grown, but they must be grandparents' age. But they're sitting next to me, and this husband starts yelling at his wife, because I think she asked about like something with the house, like, you know, I bet she was like, oh, did we? I think it was the gutters or something. Like, oh, did we clean out the gutters before we left? And he's like, I'll go. And then he like snaps at her, I'll go home right now and check. And then she's just like, no. He's like, stop talking to me. I literally looked around. Is this real? I have never seen a husband and wife say like, stop talking to me, and be completely genuine and like upset about it. It was crazy. It was freaking crazy.
That's weird. And by the way, after I got out of the bathroom, I sat next to her the whole time. She told me this when the couple got up and left, and I didn't hear fucking anything. I didn't hear any of it.
Because Miguel was just on his phone.
I sure was.
But
if I'm on my phone, the whole world's dead to me.
Exactly. But it didn't end. We got on the plane. And then Miguel...
What did I do on the plane?
Miguel's in the middle. I'm by the window. There's another guy.
Oh my god. Yeah, I forgot about this.
And Miguel, plain as day voice, smells like a fart in here.
Did I say fart or it smells like shit?
No, you said it smells like a fart in here.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, it smells kind of like corn nuts. And the guy next to us, the guy next to me had corn nuts.
He was eating them, bro.
I know.
Those are the stinkiest goddamn corn nuts ever.
And I was just like, Cool Ranch.
Man, those things are strong.
Yeah, corn nuts they hit you.
It smells like a strong fart, dude.
Yeah.
And I didn't even, he was stealthy. I heard no crinkle. I heard nothing.
And he ordered an IPA.
Yeah.
It's 6 a.m.
It sure was.
Homeboy ordered an IPA. I was like, huh? Yeah. Anyways, this is the trip there. I don't think anything else.
This is the first 4 hours.
This is the first, not even 4 hours. This is the first 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Then we get on the boat. Fun fact: if you have a boarding time for Royal Caribbean, you don't have to listen to it.
Yeah, apparently they do not care.
We got there 2 hours, 3 hours early.
2 hours.
Yeah.
2.5 hours. Yeah.
We got there early and
we were debating on getting lunch at Long Beach.
Yeah.
And Sam's just like, food. Yeah, airport food. It's expensive. It was pretty good for what we had. Except for, anyways, I'm not going to talk about it. I get heated. We were debating on getting lunch at Long Beach because it was about 11. We were both kind of hungry. Mm-hmm. And we ended up just deciding to go to the boat.
Yeah.
And they let us on. And we could eat and everything.
Because
ready to roll.
We were just going to hope for the best because there's a little museum over there. The SS something.
Iowa,
yeah.
Battleship Iowa.
It was in the same harbor. It's just stopped.
And it has a hot dog stand.
Yeah, it had food and stuff. So we were like, you know what? If we got to get stuff, we'll get stuff there.
On a battleship.
As
one does.
But we're wandering around with our suitcase and somebody's like, oh, can I take your bags for you? And I was like, oh, we don't get to check in till 1:30. And the lady's like, oh, that doesn't count.
Doesn't matter. Just jump in line.
Get in line. I was like, oh, cool. And then they take your bags and you just start going through. I was like, cool. So, fun fact on that one. At this moment, we have also snuck in alcohol. It was in our bags.
About 2 litres.
Yeah, it was a good amount of alcohol.
2 liters of vodka. Yeah, sure was. Royal Caribbean, we did not do that, if you are listening.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, who was that one server that said he was gonna...
Oh, he was a Zoomies.
Freddie? Was that his name? Freddie?
I can't remember.
Eddie. Freddie or Eddie?
I don't know.
We had a Freddie, Eddie, and an Edward.
I don't know, dude.
And they were all from India.
Yeah, they were.
They're all good guys.
Yeah, they were all great. Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name. I can't, because I was wearing our sweatshirt that says "Didn't anyone mention podcast?" And he's like, "What podcast?" And I was like,
"Didn't anyone mention?" He's like, "Yeah, which one?"
But the funny part, I was so confused because I was like, was he listening to our conversation? Did we talk about the podcast? I didn't think we were talking about the podcast, but I forgot I was wearing this. So, we also get there early, so we get on the boat and everything. Mm-hmm. But your boardrooms aren't open until that time. So that is the thing. You can get on the boat, which they had food and everything there. Buffet everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
There was food everywhere.
Loved it.
Literally.
I ate way too much the very first day.
Yeah, so much food. It was ridiculous. They had a whole
taco nacho bar.
They had a taco bar that was like pretty, say, cafeteria-esque for like a high school or something. Yeah. And then the other one was massive. Huge buffet. Yeah, huge buffet. And they also had a little cafe in those 3 places. I think there was another one, but those were the 3 that we hit. They were all included. So, like, it was already a part of what you paid for. Yeah. So, you got to eat anything.
As much as you wanted. Yeah. Anytime you wanted, pretty much.
Yeah. The cafe was open pretty much 24/7. I think it was 2 or 3 in the morning it closed, but we never stayed up that late.
Even on vacation. Yeah. I can't stay up that late.
It was kind of nice, though. We slept a lot and took naps. It was great. That's a good vacation. Yeah. Let's see what we got on here. Oh, you get in, you get your boardroom. You don't have your suitcases. We're just heart is like. Yeah. Did we get away with it? Did we not?
So even if the airport scans your bags and checks your bags, the boat does their own scanning and checking, and what they're looking for is alcohol bottles in your suitcase. They'll open them up. Yeah. And check it out. Yeah. Just so you know. Yeah. And so you can't just sneak on 2 bottles of vodka. Because one thing might happen is they will kick you off the ship. No refund. Yeah. 2, they'll just hold it until you're off the boat. Mm-hmm. So we were kind of gambling.
Yeah. The holding off the boat would be the best part if you just played dumb. But if they find it in another container, then you're like, yeah, I was definitely hiding that kind of a thing. Yeah. So, fun fact, we did not... It was good. But dining room situation. Every day you get a set dinner time that you get to pick in advance. Uh-huh. And you sit at a table assigned with strangers. Yep. And we ate there twice.
Did we eat there twice?
Yeah. Yeah, once was by ourselves, thankfully. But the first day we had our people there and
2 pairs?
It was awkward.
Yeah, we never had a full table. Every other table I felt like was full.
Yeah, ours was not.
We had a couple from Colorado, 2 girls maybe fresh out of high school. They looked very young.
One was 21.
There was no fucking way.
She got a drink.
They looked 12.
She got a drink. She gave him her ID.
It's fake. It's
fake.
But yeah. Well, then maybe in college or something. I don't know where they're from.
But... They didn't want to have conversations with us, so...
They didn't.
We just didn't.
It's probably because I was blacked out the whole time.
You weren't.
You're right, I was not.
Also, people were walking around with these fancy cruise cups, and I was like, where are everybody getting these cruise cups? Yeah, that's what you do so you can drink, like, soda and stuff. They have little magnetic things in the bottom that let you drink out of the soda.
I'm pretty sure it's an RFID that...
That sounds way too fancy.
RFID... It means real fucking ID. That's what it says.
Yeah, and everything is your badge. You get a badge.
Oh yeah, tied to your credit card.
It's tied to your credit card, and you just sign. And sign. Anything you want to pay for, you just sign. You don't pay for You don't pay for it in cash. You don't pay for it with anything else.
Anything on the boat, you use your SeaPass card, so it doesn't feel like real money. And then at the end, they're like,
here's your bill.
It's $984. Thank you for
crushing my hopes and dreams.
Yeah, thank you.
But I feel like we didn't go too crazy.
I agree.
Before we left, so we ended up moving. They were like, "Oh, we're moving off. We're taking off," and we were like, "Well, we didn't get kicked off the boat, so they must have not checked our bag yet." But we're out on the edge, and there's a little group of old ladies.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And there's people on the, on the shoreline that are like, whoa.
And we're just, we're sitting there like, wow, we're leaving America.
Like,
wow.
Yeah, this is so cool. We're going on our cruise. This is real.
Yeah, this is real now.
These ladies.
They're not super old. They're probably in their late 50s.
Yeah, but they, I would even say 60s. They're like, show them your tits, ladies.
Yeah, show them your tits. And I'm like, I start laughing, and I look over at her, and she goes, come on, ladies, on 3. She goes, 1, 2, 3. Luckily, I didn't see anything.
Luckily.
Unfortunately, I didn't see anything.
Then Miguel's like, oh, I know who to get drinks with later. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, I never saw her again.
Yeah, we never saw her again. But it was a fun way to start the day. I think it was the same night. No, it must have been the other night. They had art. So, fun fact, they have art.
Oh my god, yeah.
And they're beautiful. It is really cool. I have never been able to do that besides like maybe with college stuff, but they had art shows and art auctions.
Oh yeah, I was pretty excited to be in there. I was like, I feel like this stuff has to be, reasonably priced.
Yeah. The first one was $82,000 and it sold.
Yeah, and I genuinely thought the auctioneer was
like joking.
I thought he was joking. I genuinely thought that. And then when he put it out for bidding, actually, just absolutely blew my mind.
Yeah.
I looked at Sam and I said, "We're in the wrong place."
We even had an auction card, and I was like,
oh. Yeah, we had an auction card.
Oh no!
And I really wanted to use it. I wanted to be bidder. What number were we? 411 or something like that.
155.
Oh, well, it's not close at all. 155. I wanted to be that bidder, put the arm up. Mm-hmm. But in case I got stuck with it, how the fuck am I supposed to pay off $82,000 for a piece of paper?
Yeah, it was insane.
Dude, it was, at that moment, I think I saw 3 pairs get up and leave.
Yeah, and we we were looking at art, and they're like, oh, those are beautiful pieces. Mm-hmm. And they're like, so right now you can get them for $3,100. I was like,
they're like, the best way to get them is if you put them in a package. And we're like, oh, okay, yeah. I thought we picked some pretty reasonable pieces, nothing too extravagant. And the guy pulls it up on his phone, yada yada yada, and he goes, for those 3, it'd be $3,200. He's like, do you want to put in an offer? And I was like, no. Are you kidding me? $3,200? No. Not putting a bid in for that.
Sorry, maybe
I'll take a napkin.
Do you have this free free champagne again?
Yeah. I'll take a free champagne.
I'll smell it. Before this, the day before, you get to wander around and check out the art pieces.
Oh yes.
And do it was like an art game. We literally got 2 pieces of art from it.
Oh
Miguel had the most. Can't even say it.
What did I... Oh my god, I forgot about this. Oh my god. Okay, let me set the scene. Let me set the scene here. Okay, it's about 8:30 p.m. on a boat. You're on the 3rd floor of this 15-floor ship. You don't feel any of the movement. Okay? You got fluorescent lighting all above you. You're in a big oval room. I'd say maybe about 40 feet wide by maybe 90 feet. Big oval room. Okay. Off to the left, there's Sam and I. They have a big oval ring, and then in the middle, another ring with all the artwork. So you're going in a circle constantly. Off to the left, Sam and I, we're filling out our little...
It's like a scavenger hunt.
It's a scavenger hunt. So they have artworks labeled.
Yeah, a martini olive. And it's a little olive that's jumping into a martini glass. It's you had to figure out what the hint was.
A little scavenger hunt, right? And so from there, I'm minding my own business. I have the paperclip in my hand or the board in my hand, and Sam and I were filling it out. And then out of fucking nowhere, I'm writing down number 2 or something like that. I'm writing down. All of a sudden, this tingling sensation comes. There's a tiny hand, and at the very point of this child's finger, he touched my fucking butthole. Just so fast, like lightning. Like, I'm standing there trying to do this, and this little 3-year-old kid comes by.
Miguel's not wearing jeans.
I'm not wearing jeans. I'm wearing very loose-fitting shorts. And this kid fucking bullseye right into my butthole. Finger straight in. And I clench harder than I've ever clenched before. And then his dad rips his hand from my butt. I'm pretty sure it makes a... I'm pretty sure it makes a sound. That's how fast she ripped it out. And his dad said, "You don't do that to people." And I'm clenching my butt, and I hold Sam, and I said, "That kid just put his finger up my butt."
And you can't get off at this point.
Yeah.
You have to stay on the boat. So Miguel got corn dogged by a 3-year-old.
So yeah, I got corn dogged by a 3-year-old on the first night. Or the second night, I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was the first
Yeah.
night.
So that was...
Oh, that hurt. So after the first night, we weren't quite in Cabo yet.
No, we spent technically that first day, second day sailing, and then the third day we got to Cabo.
I thought we got there halfway through the day or something like that.
Oh, yes, we did. We got there at like 2.
Yeah, we got there like halfway through the day. So you only got there like, and then had to be back by 8. But we got off and you couldn't even, there was no port or anything for us. So we had to do little boats out.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Island was beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There's formations. Like, what we saw, it was gorgeous.
It really was.
I don't know if it was just culture shock or what, or we were just lost. But we went down the wrong way twice, and
3 times.
3 times, and we were scared each time.
Yeah, so we turned. So if you're in Cabo, simply put, stay as close as you can to the water till you get to the beach.
Yeah.
That's how you get there.
Yeah.
Me being as smart as I am, I turned the other way. Found some shops, it was okay, and then we got to the very end, and there was like sketchy looking people at the end, so we're like, nope, we're gonna turn around. And then we did the same thing, got to the end of this little strip mall, and same thing, somebody came up and was like, "Hey, do you need a ride?"
Yeah.
Whatever it was. I was like, hell no.
Yeah.
I'm not getting into a taxi.
Yeah.
And then we turn up again by Senior Frogs. They look like they were having a party.
Yeah.
But the whole time people were shoving, they were trying to sell stuff.
Like, it was really hard there. Like, it was like very intense there.
Yeah. And then I got offered weed and cocaine, I don't know, 15 times, 14 times.
It was crazy. I was like, what? I just think Cabo's like a party place.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And we also heard somebody got stopped for buying weed or something.
Oh, yeah. So they actually, one of our cruise pals, one of our fellow seamen, one of our fellow seamen got detained in Cabo.
Yeah. So you had to find your own way home at that point. So
that's why you start swimming?
Keep the port times, and that's why you respect the rules.
Yeah. So they tried to get back on the boat, found weed, and then pretty much Mexican police came and got her. I think it was a handful of people.
Yeah. So that's rough.
That sucks.
But by far was not my favorite.
No.
We went to Mazatlan.
That place was awesome.
Loved it. The people there were really nice. And we did a tour, like a Mexico history. So it was the different parts of Mexico.
Was that the show?
And the different traditions, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was him, Miguel, won his Macho Man Award.
Yeah.
He won a bottle of tequila, so that was really cool.
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm the most macho man in that room.
Yeah, in that room. And people voted for him. It wasn't like...
There was, I don't know, maybe 150 people? Yeah. 200 people?
Well, if 100 people is what I saw today, that was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, there's quite a few people.
Yeah, 300 or 400 people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. And I was voted the most macho. So...
Yeah.
Be careful.
Careful. And yeah, he got a bottle of tequila from it, and we were like, oh no, we have to like chug this before we get on the boat, like we won't be able to take it. And then somebody's like, no, you just check it and you'll get it at the end. I was like, oh, cool. So they took it. Yeah. What they do is they just assign it to you and throw it in a room and you get it later.
Which I was cool with.
Yeah, but we ended up getting it. I don't know if it will taste nearly as good as it did in Mexico, but we'll see. I was like, oh, this stuff tastes pretty good. Let's see here. Oh, I didn't bring it up when we went to Cabo, but Cabo, you almost got threw up on when we came back from that kid in the boat.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
He didn't even go over the edge. He went straight towards Miguel. And threw up. He was next to me. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we left Cabo, got onto this little ferry boat. It was not very big, maybe held 20 people.
Yeah, it was like a regular sized boat that was just meant to seat people, though. It wasn't meant for luxury.
Yeah, so we ended up puddling, whatever you want to call it, all the way back to the main huge ginormous cruise ship.
Mm-hmm. And it was kind of windy. We were moving quite a bit.
Yeah, but it wasn't that bad. Maybe I don't get seasick. I don't know.
We were really surprised.
Anyways, we were tied up already, ready to start offloading.
We were already offloading.
Oh, we were already offloading. Yeah. And this kid fucking just all over the floor. And man, I feel bad for him. He was embarrassed.
Yeah. He was a teenager.
He was a teenager.
He was definitely 13, 14.
Yeah,
poor kid.
There was ladies saying why wouldn't he just go over the boat? That's disgusting. And I was like, dude, just honestly.
And then she's the one wiping her eye because she put sunscreen in her eye.
Yeah, honestly.
You're a dumbass.
Dude, seriously, some people just
he's so stupid. I'm like, he's a kid. Chill out, dude.
Yeah. He's just a kid.
He's just a kid. Chill out.
But he didn't throw up on anybody. But it could have been me, and then I would have thrown up. And I would have looked at him straight in his face, held it, and just...
Also, I have chunky pigeons. That sounds like a thing that you would have me write down.
Chunky pigeons?
Yeah, pigeons.
Chunky pigeons.
I mean, they were beefy down there. And everywhere in Mexico. I feel like they were just... chunky. Maybe it was in...
That was in Mazatlan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Was it?
Oh, when they did the cliff diving too, remember that?
Yeah, that was cool.
That was crazy.
That was 50 feet high into rocky bottom.
Yeah, Oof. They only jumped when the tide came up, or when the waves came in. It was scary.
Yeah, okay. Oh, this is what the chunky pigeons were. Yeah, they were fucking huge.
Yeah,
compared to...
you could kill it and eat it.
Yeah, it was.
You can have a good.
It was huge. Meal. So it was just a touch smaller than a duck, like a mallard. That's how big it was. Yeah. These fucking pigeons.
Yeah, they were pretty chunky. After Mazatlan, we went to Puerto Vallarta. That was fun. We did a distillery. That was really cool.
That was cool. We did tequila distillery.
Yeah, that was fun. That place was also really beautiful and really cool. Even though the distillery was out there and you kind of saw a little bit less of the touristy part.
Yeah, you saw the Breaking Bad sepia filter of Mexico.
Literally though, the dust in the air, I was like...
It really did look like that. Wasn't it weird? They weren't wrong.
But are they right?
Yeah, the guy was saying that out here the food is really good. But if there's dirt roads, don't eat it because the dust settles so bad. Yeah. And he was not lying. We passed by cars and they had to have been a quarter inch of just dust
on it, yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Just crazy amount of dust. Mm-hmm. And it made it look like the sepia filter from Breaking Bad.
It was crazy.
It was weird.
It was so weird. Well, besides our places, our excursions, what else happened on the boat was I said I was getting coffee, right? I was getting coffee some morning time. And I was like, oh, this lady in front of me, she had silk pants on. They looked so cozy. They were a burnt orange. I'm a sucker for burnt orange. She had a cute little shirt on. She had cool tattoos. She was if I was an edgier me, that's what I would do. And I was like, she got cool stuff, whatever. So I was like, oh, hey, I love your style. I was just trying to be nice. And she's like, oh my gosh. And she starts talking to me. And then she was like, oh my gosh, thank you. I think I saw you at dinner last night. And I was kind of like, huh? And Miguel and I had tried Azumi's, which is like a Japanese, a restaurant, and it was so good.
It was very good. Highly recommend.
We ended up going back because we liked it so much.
I don't care how much the price was.
Yeah, it was $40 for each.
And we got 2 entrees.
We got an appetizer each, 2 entrees
each,
and a dessert
each.
Yeah. It was freaking crazy.
It was
so good.
Firecracker spring rolls. Oh my god, dude.
Don't get me wrong, the portions weren't massive, but you didn't need massive portions when you're having those 4 courses.
Oh my god. It was so good.
I would even argue the entrees were pretty solid size.
They were pretty good.
Yeah.
I wish I could eat a whole bowl of the firecracker. I love them.
I would totally devour them right now.
Yeah, they were so good. I'm just thinking about
it.
Anyways,
okay, let's go back. But anyway, she's like, I saw you.
Find them.
She's like, I saw you. I was like, oh. She's like, is that your spouse? Or is that your significant other that was with you? I was like, oh yeah, that was my husband. She's like, oh, I was with my boyfriend. And I didn't think anything of it. I got my coffee, left. And then I was like, oh no. Cruises. They're notorious for pineapple people. If you don't know what pineapple people are, they swingers. And I was like, have I done something?
Yeah, so Sam and I got us into a swingers ring the last 3 days. It was crazy. I was used like a rag doll.
Miguel, stop.
I was just tossed around left and right, up and down.
No, but I felt so bad. It did not happen. Okay, Miguel, say it.
It didn't happen.
Stop.
Okay. You want me to lie?
Shut up.
I'm just kidding. She's getting really mad at me. All right, it didn't happen.
Don't say anything else right now. Anyways, this lady. Miguel, you're not funny.
Right. Okay, I'm done. It never happened. We didn't get into a swinger circle.
I'm so mad at you for trying to make them all believe that.
I do what I can.
Anyways, so I saw them sometimes and I would actively avoid them because I was scared that I accidentally did something. And then they were at our restaurant another night.
Oh my gosh, they were. Yep, I forgot about
that. The restaurant was not my favorite. I don't even remember.
I think it made us sick.
I think it did too. I literally was up half of the night messing up that bathroom, bro.
That RV bathroom.
RV. Yeah, it was like small. Airplane and RV mixed together. It's a
pretty small bathroom.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. But
that's the only other time I saw them there.
Yeah, but I would see them other places. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
This is my moment. So that was scary. It was just barely. That could have gone really bad, I feel like.
Yeah.
But, accidentally, after we just talked about this, we had a window that faced
the promenade.
The promenade, which is where everybody walks, it's like the strip.
Yeah, it's a little strip mall.
Just make sure you close the nightshade blinds.
Sam flashed the whole boat.
Because the housekeeper opens it every time they come clean the room.
I'm sure they do it for a reason.
They're like
paid off that one time.
Stop. I barely flashed them. Well, let's just switch gears because that's enough. We met some really cool people.
Yeah, we did.
Some people have been on 85 cruises.
Yeah.
In their life. It's crazy.
Yeah, we'd ask people and they'd be like, oh, this is our first. They'd be like, it's number 76 for me or 85 for me.
It was crazy. But we met this lady where she was in the military and her husband was in the military and they actually met up on the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they got to do when they spent their time together.
Yeah, so
I was like...
she was a military investigator and he was a Marine.
Something like that, yeah.
And only time they had together was on cruises. Mm-hmm. And she said her husband passed away last year. It was I think her first cruise since he passed or something. Yeah. They went on one and then 3 weeks later he had passed. Yeah. It was so sad. Yeah, so she was just doing it still.
Yeah.
What a way.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They had a little show called Love and Marriage, and that one was super funny to watch. It was somebody they were there on their honeymoon, somebody who's there been together for like 8 years, and then somebody who was been together like 50 or something like that, and that was cute because it is a lot of couples and stuff, but it was just cool seeing everybody at their different timeline.
We also saw a family there with like 3 young kids.
Mm-hmm.
I felt for them. The one time I saw them at breakfast, or was it lunch? I can't remember.
Whatever it was. They
were having a rough time.
Mm-hmm.
They looked all to be like under 6.
Yeah.
Like 3, was it 4 kids? 3, 4 kids?
I think there was 4.
Yeah.
And then like
under 6, like 6, 7 years old.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And they were just, I could tell they were beat down.
Yeah. It was like, I think the 5th or 6th day too.
Yeah.
You could tell they were like, I am so tired of this. But besides that was pretty. Oh, the other people we have met. It was really funny. There was these like eat ass bandanas. And like other like goofy like across the forehead bandana things that they were selling in Mexico. And this lady, we were watching something, and this lady was standing right next to us, and we were kind of talking to her, and she like pauses and asks these kids who are walking past what is on their bandana, and they say it to her, and she's like, oh, and he's like, do you want me to show you?
Oh yeah.
That was like the confidence.
Oh yeah.
Yeesh.
But at that same time, right after that happened, a gentleman down on the pool floor slipped and I think hit his head.
Yeah, he had to get gurneyed off.
Yeah, he got gurneyed off, and they made a wall around him. It seemed to be pretty bad.
Yeah.
It seemed to be pretty bad.
I don't think it was that bad.
I don't know. They were like, they were mopping up or blood afterwards.
I mean, yeah, a head wound is gonna bleed, but yeah, I mean, I don't think it was that bad. I'm pretty sure he was fine. It's just
that's what we can hope for.
Yeah, Miguel's morbid as heck, so
I'm not morbid. It's just
he's like chaos.
When you see all the lifeguards rushing to get towels to make a wall around them, and then 3 of the doctors on board come out to look at them, and they squat next to them. Yeesh.
All I'm saying is they are definitely trained for that. They have to do that. It's privacy for them. Like, I bet. And plus, you want to do a wall. Why would you want them not to have a wall? Then it gets on the internet. Everybody's, like, showing this. Like, I bet it's, like, a PR/medical, like, safety, like, practice.
Good point.
But I just have to know. I just have to believe he's okay. So
yeah. What else? It looks like everything to me.
Yeah. Everything. The couple things I typed on my phone we already covered, so.
A few weird things that happened, so. Yeah. I would do it again in a heartbeat. It's fun.
Yeah. But, yeah, do it. Well, also, if you're trying to go on vacation, just do it. It's so hard to find a good time to do it and everything. Just do it. You'll figure it out as it goes.
Exactly. That's what we had to end up doing.
Yeah. So, you guys are great. Thanks for listening. And if you checked it out, hope you enjoyed.
Yeah. See you guys later.